It is Saturday in Trackmania, and that means another Elite Cup is about to happen, this time on the French map. This is the second Elite Cup. Last week was a blast. There's a video on that if you want to see it. Not going to spoil the results. And this one is bound to be a banger as well. We are going to have a qualifier for 15 minutes and 39 rounds of knockout. It is so hard to be consistent in a regular Cup of the Day format with 23 rounds. 39 rounds in a row flawless is a big ask, but these are the world's best players that are competing. They're starting in just a few minutes, and before they start, I want to do two things. I want to show you guys the world records, but also I want to show you guys what level they're playing at. And I thought the best way to do that is that I drive the map. So let me drive a run myself on the track, and then I'll show you the elite level, and maybe it's going to give you some impression of just how good the pros are. So the map starts out with a road part where you jump onto the grass. Here on the grass you can speed slide and then drop down to this platform. You now set up for an auto drift through this corner, and then you drift to the left. Here it's very important to manage your balance. You don't tilt the car too much down the hill. We might see people fail that. With enough speed you jump to the dirt. There's a couple of tricks here, but just the regular line takes you down onto the platform. Then through here between the pillars, and then you release a bit so that you can jump up to the dirt checkpoint. Try to stay on the outside down this hill. And now on these jumps there's a few lines that you can do. Some people release, they jump diagonal. Some people try to no slide the exit here. Overall it just about equalizes. Sharp drift through this corner, but the main feature on the map is these half pipe jumps. And it's very important to not jump too far or you'll be too late for the subsequent jump. And then you jump up on the last one a little bit further and you drive to the finish. I lost 3, almost 4 seconds to the world record with a run that didn't crash, didn't make any mistakes, maybe just a little bit of hesitation everywhere. There are a couple of secret lines as well, so let's watch the world records and you can see why it's so impressive. So top 3 here, speed sliding better in the start, reducing more airtime. Then they get more grip as they're also setting up more sideways in the auto drift. Here they barely keep grip. You can see Josh there, he's kind of hovering, floating, reducing airtime. Some people no slide here like a snap, but Epos and Josh do neither. And then precision, one release tap. And then a much smoother outside line, and now there might be some tricksters. See Josh going right to left, and Worker behind there just press forward jump essentially. Up into 4th gear, they speed slide again. And here on the quarter pipes, on the half pipes, we might see some people do a secret line where they go right side. Okay, Josh and Epos are going left side, but Worker there went triple right side. This is a strategy. The qualifiers are about to start now, so the players are gonna have 15 minutes, but we gotta see Worker's line here. These tiny details matter, because Worker here passes every car except Epos in the ending with the strategy that is now coming up, so pretty crazy stuff. Of course, same drift. Some people neo slide here to get a bit sharper, and then instead of going left side, up on the right side together with Scrappy, and then right side again. And then they jump to the finish. It's faster, less distance traveled. That is about the best overview I can give you. The reason this tournament matters is because the top 8 players after 10 tournaments are played and overall points will qualify to the Esports World Cup and Esport Nations Cup, where they can compete for $750,000 prize pool, which is more than we've ever seen in Trackmania history. So every pro player is taking this deadly seriously. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, right? The early rounds of the 39 are typically going to be decided by respawns, so they might be a bit uneventful. There will be some big respawns you can have here, like if you fly out of this downhill, or if you clip in one of these middle jumps, it could be disaster. And especially if you jump too low in the half pipe, you are likely facing elimination. Here we go, guys. Good luck, have fun to all. Alright, first round. On board with Melio. Everybody speed sliding. Nothing has gone wrong yet for anybody. Carl Jr. though with the worst start with Epos. Okay, a little nerves perhaps, a little shakiness. Someone is very far on the side there. That was Naiko. He survived. But I don't think anyone's... Oh, it's only Key that's made a really bad mistake. Epos down here with Charles at the tail of the field. Some people clipping there and losing speed. One guy touched the outside, less speed as well. Who are down there? Demotivator has made a 7-second mistake. Key with 3 seconds. And Neon crashing again. Onyo. Don't let it be the first round for the legend. I've been hyping him up. Someone's gonna miss the quarter pipe, right? It's Neon, who's like 15 versus Onyo, who's one of the legends of all time. Neon with lower airtime. But there have been respawns. They're both actually fine. Oh my. It's the Motivator and Biwak. And man, that... If you've practiced and come all this way, that is a bit of a demotivator to go out first. Buckley says bye, walk. Also unfortunate for him, I mean, he's up very late now in New Zealand. Alright, next round in. Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Otak passed the internet check? Yes. Otak is playing. Last time he was the unfortunate one with bad internet. Oh, 2-second mistakes here. From Mullah, Charles, and Avon. Alright. They are kind of stranded unless we see... You can clip on the inside here. That was someone good. Josh crashed the pillar after clipping on the inside, and he had a very strong PB, 107.08. Mullah still trailing, but getting closer. That was a nice nose slide. Look how much he's gaining up the hill. If he has a better half pipe on the right side, perhaps, he will catch up a lot. Look at this, though. This is, like, really satisfying to see the wave of cars over there. Someone didn't make the jump. I think that was, no. Uh-oh. Norway out with Intux. Up, okay. Cactini as well. Unlucky. And now Onyo in first. Ladies and gentlemen, he was almost out previous round. Now in first place. He's gonna teach the young kids a couple of lessons. Who is Onyo? He's a old school legend. Really good tech player from, I mean, 2010, 2008. He was good in the very first Trackmania Stadium games, this game as well. Trackmania Nations Esports World Cup. That has a new meaning now, but there was a Trackmania ESWC way back. Melio clipped the checkpoint and is years behind the field. Likely already out. Oppa! Mistake, someone respawned on the dirt jumps as well. They're gonna disappear into the bottom of the field. It's Mussa actually, with Chemko tied. Likely the same mistake, 4.5 seconds. The others up ahead are likely safe. Chemko pushing. Mussa though going right side, right side, right side. But one car length behind, he could be out already. I don't know if anyone else respawned. We'll see. Chemko wins the battle and Mussa out in 59th. That is not what he was hoping for.
Wow, okay, over. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't play good. I knew it. I didn't play good, bro. That's disappointing, to be honest.
The first one did go a little bit better, if I remember right. But yeah, it is really cutthroat. Someone will have to go out each round. So, it's just, you gotta, you know, try not to make mistakes, but even then, if you start playing too safe, eventually the pace can become a problem as well. So far, no mistakes in the round. Mudda going very close to clipping there. I thought that was gonna be a disaster. Still no mistakes in the entire field. Across the jumps, I didn't see... Oh, I saw one car clip, to be honest. Onio. Ahead of Gwen. Oppa. Gwen in a lot of trouble. Also so good at these formats. He has one of the highest couple of day win rates. Onio now in big trouble as well. There's one quarter pipe left, and there's a car backwards on the track. Who was that? That clipped the wheel. Narcor. Also, Trackmania Nations player clipping, and he is out. Narc or Gwen out, yeah? It's very hard when you have to drive a 109 flat or below, and probably it's gonna go down to about a 108 flat as we get further. I mean, think about it, right? There's so many jumps, and so, and you have to do them precisely. Like if there's 5 jumps and there's, what, 40 rounds, you get 200 jumps you have to do flawlessly. If you miss one of them and crash, you're probably out, so. It's a big ask of the players, but they can also do it. We saw some players go basically flawless last week, like Binks and Mudda, hardly crashing at all. And we're seeing, so far in the round, 55 out of 56 without any big mistake. Only Coco has lost a second. Now some people clipped on the outside. And yeah, we are starting to get to the point now where we will not have that many big mistakes. Players are warmed up, they've found their rhythm, they've survived the early few, the guys that are left. Now we're expecting it to be clean. Azion and Heave in last in the first jump, but they go right side, and they definitely caught up to some people. Who is in last at the moment? Hard to say. It's Magorian and New Prime, who both failed the jumps. The others made it, with the now 108 high as the knockout pace. Yeah, plus 1.4 this elimination. And no one is really risking anymore at the top. Like, 107.5 is, you know, good, comfortable pace to start at, but it's far from what we saw in Qualifier. That would bear... This is bad. This is very... This is... Does he make it? I'm sorry, Liquid. That was painful to watch. That was... No, but he was gonna be plus 10, guys. He would have to respawn the start. Liquid is now solid. Oh, double DNF! Okay, let's see a world record. 2 DNFs. Okay, Heave trying. I can't believe Heave is in with that mistake, but that's why you probably shouldn't DNF. Is anyone gonna get it here? Epos pushing for world record. Posito Paco up front though. Oh! Okay, loses a bit of speed. Who is going to stroke their ego the most by winning this round, which absolutely no longer matters? Neon winning the round with a 107.3. Indeed a bit faster because they have the luxury of just respawning if they make a mistake. Yeah, that was a chaotic start. I don't know what happened to Melio. He actually maybe could have been in, right? Because he respawned at the drop down. Now it's like... Yeah, 7-8 seconds into the map. Update world record on screen. I think it's updated. Or? Did I not update it? Let me quickly do that. Oh, I put the wrong name. I apologize. I put the wrong name. One moment. It's by Epos. Thank you for telling me. Alright, let's go. Who we are on board with, by the way. Is Mudda doing this no slide? He's not. I do actually think that the no slide is really difficult. It might only be something he wants to use in later rounds. Neon's made a mistake here. It's the classic, you win a round and you go out right after. It might happen to him, the curse of being first. There is something psychological about it, I'm sure, where you get so comfortable risking for a while, and then you kind of forget that you cannot do that every time. So if you ever get a first place, suddenly it's a lot harder the next round. Someone's jumping very high there. They know the gap. And they are gonna stay in here. Nobody makes a mistake. Lingo and Mobby out. Lingo is Lingoff. Lingo is I was gonna say something about Duolingo, but I couldn't think of anything. Next round. Round number 8 of knockouts. Let's maybe watch Scrappy for a round. Scrappy had a bit of a bad start to the Elite Cups last week. He ended up around 30th. Which is fine, but he is like known to be the best knockouts player that we have. So in Cup of the Day, super good. In Red Bull Faster, also really good. Except he lost to Pack in a 1v1 there. That's why he didn't make it to top 8 in Red Bull Faster. So now we'll see how he gets along. He did have a good qualifier. As Neon is now back to first place pace. Okay, fun to see. Very close round here. Tween and Key in the red spots. Key half a second behind everybody though. And now into the quarter pipes. Flimsy in the red, jumping too high perhaps. Needs a more aggressive approach for the last couple of jumps. He's down there with Key, and I don't think... Oh, someone clipped the last. He's gonna pass them. Oh no. He's out. Unfortunate. He was driving really well, but just like a flip-flop. It was one round close to first, one round where he makes a mistake down towards last. But very fun to see his return. I do hope he keeps playing the Elite Cups. Really cool to see all legends returning to compete. Ay, that is not good for Josh, whatever's just happened. 1.8. And at this stage, it does give the players that are in the field just the ability to save. Like at this point, you have the luxury of not going too close to the inside corner here and clipping. You have the luxury of not going too far on the outside. 2 seconds is a lot. Oh, but that is gonna be Key out. I would be very surprised if he survives. Neon's made a mistake as well, and it looks to be a double Polish elimination here. Unless someone messes up the quarter pipes. I'd say it's more likely if you go to the right side that you do, because of low speed. Someone clipped again. But they're fine. Yeah, they're fine. Neon and Key out. Neon with great pace, but lacking consistency. Guys, we gotta get better with the punts. I'm not seeing our finest work with the punts. Let's watch Otak for a round. I'm sure he is very eager to show his potential after not even getting the chance to play. His game crashed at the start of last week's cup. So all his practice was basically for nothing. And we are looking at the 2023 Trackmania World Champion. Or 2024 with Bren. And also XP Evo winner. He is very good in solo formats. Otak. Not to be underestimated. Saw 2 people clip the jump there, so those are likely to be our knockouts. It was J Swag who got the worst of it. Yawn trying to fight for survival. Worker has the right side line, that I know. So he might extend ahead, but Scrappy in trouble. Scrappy in a lot of trouble right now. I'm not gonna risk looking for the name tag. Wosile made a mistake and is out. Wosile made a mistake at the end there, and he is the one eliminated with plus 1.8. Says there's no way GG. Unfortunate. Yeah, there's really no room for error at all. Trying to look at the field right now to see who perhaps is the biggest surprise so far out of the players that are in. Really, nobody. Nobody's a surprise, but one player I haven't seen in a long time is Legu. Very good at French maps. Like, that's an actual map style. The French tracks where there's a lot of pillars and a lot of obstacles. Has done really well in Serrator Cups in the past. So fun to see him back. Also, Avon barely missed out on qualifying to Elite Cup previous week. Now he's in the field. Used to compete in Trackmania 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when this was... Oh, was that Wizzy who went straight into the pillar and respawn? There was a British car, at least, I think I saw. Someone had a huge respawn there. And so this is the fight to look at. Basti's gonna survive. Is Tween out? No, it was Coco and Reiso, I think it was, that crashed the pillar. Yeah, that was horrifying to watch. Like, just car headed straight for the pillar. Reiso out. Fastest way only loses a player. And Coco as well. I was wondering if we want to do camera 7 for the end, guys, to maybe get a cinematic point of view. Here we at least have a good overview. A little bit hard to see where we're at on the track, perhaps. So close, though. Not the best start for Scrappy again. But fighting his way back. Onto the outside. I think we saw one player touch. That was Flimsy. Grenadi also at the tail of the field. And it's not decided yet, but seeing a very high number on your car is going to add a lot of stress. And that might make you overthink as you go into the last jumps. Now we get to see how the favorites deal with the pressure. Scrappy Grenadi. Sarah has a fantastic identity. He's going to be fine. Wizzy last before that part. And it is actually going to be Flimsy and Wizzy out. Plus 1.2 for Wizzy. 1.2 behind only among, 40 players. Crazy stuff. Grenadi cannot see the number on his car. You know what? That's true. That is a buff with playing Camp 3. You just ignore the number on your car. That's not bad. Alright, let's watch. I'm gonna click 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're watching Pack. Look at this car skin. My god. Vitality have cooked up something beautiful. That's nice. That is really nice. That looks like a transformer or something. Worker and Dog Zinks out. That is a huge respawn. Too far to catch up at this point. Now we can get to see. Worker goes on the right side. Does he pass Dog and Basti with this? Jumps very far. Tough recovery to make. Does make it. Tween also struggling with a bit of speed. J-Dawn might not make the last jump. Worker is in. But yeah, it was J-Dawn who clipped. And doesn't make it across. Other than that, 108.7 now. The knockout pace. Most players down to 108 flat or below. Jay Dunn, yeah. He did pretty well in the first one, though. There was a question on Twitter by Musa about players that you think will have a lot of potential to reach top 10. And some people said Jadon. He's a young talent. So I don't think he's going to be too upset about performances so far. Still lots of time to get some good performances in. Mullet clips. Otak still by far in the red. Now tries to no slide to gain a little bit extra. Passes Mullet, but he needs something else. Nobody clipped on the platform. Outside dirt. I think they all got through clean, but Tween didn't risk it that much, and so Otak is a lot closer. Does he no slide here too? No, decides to just speed slide through. Road Taker though, the target that he's chasing. Half pipe coming up. Mola perhaps too far without any mistakes. First jump. Road Taker goes right side. Azion is right there. Otak is past 1, past 2. Otak likely to be fine, but who is actually going out? So hard to tell. It's Letster and Dog. Double German knockout here. Unfortunate for them. 2 clips in the identity. Those were the players that Otak passed. Who let the dog out? Okay. Alright. That's not bad. That's a good one. That's very silly. But I can appreciate that. Let's start with road taker in this round. Just trying to give you guys a bit of a wide perspective. Remember my first run on this, guys, 110. That would be out every single time. Even Otak, who made a mistake, drove a 108.8 with that, you know? Like, these guys are so fast that even if you drive a crashless run yourself, you'd lose to them 100 out of 100 times. Unless they have a very bad respawn. Grenadi in the red. There was a mistake. He's gonna be in the clear for now. Oh, not even. Not even. He's actually still in the red against Jan. Too wide here, perhaps. Oh, he needs a miracle. Snow has clipped on the identity, and that lets him pass. He does also pass a couple others. Soldier in trouble. Jumps too high, and Snow remains ahead. The Soldier and Neil out. Soldier and Neil out in 35th and 36th. Now, it is important to bring up that the point distribution means that it doesn't matter so much if you get 64th or if you get like top 20. They're about the same thing. If I quickly show you guys the leaderboard, you'll get what I mean. For getting knocked out in 35th to 36th, you get 30 points. And for getting, 12th, you get 84. So, since only your top 5 results count out of 10 competitions, this can just be considered like a failed attempt, at getting the big points. So, for players that go out now, it's unfortunate. They've spent a lot of time training and not gotten the results they were expecting. But there's still many opportunities left. Many opportunities left. We have a close round. Tween with a mistake. And the points are decided this way to really make players strive for the top 10s. And to have some suspense. What if a player scores 1,000 in the last step and overtakes a bunch of people, To add that cinematic element. Alcon close to the bottom, but he's fine. Nako passes. Lego passes Nako, but it's Bestie out with 108.8. Can we watch Alcon one round? Of course. So out of the fancy strats we saw, nobody's really pushing yet. They are kind of banking on the fact that rounds will be decided by mistakes still, although tiny ones. But the fascinating thing is going to be, when do people actually start using these tricks that we've seen? The dirt no slide over here, the low jump in the middle with, even more airtime reduced. Those kind of things. Alcon doing a tiny one. There's also another no slide. Through the middle part. No big gaps yet. Very close. Everybody has gotten through cleanly. Insta air brake for Alcon to get this nose down, but that looked scary. That looked really scary. He does get by the corner. And now it's time to see who gets eliminated. We are on board with Charlich and Birdie as we go into the ending. Charlich passing Birdie, I believe. Avon is there. Jan clips and Nyko is lagging a bit, but that's okay. He's still there. Avon versus Charlich, and Avon snipes the end. Better or worse, guys? The cinematic ending. It's a bit easier to see left side versus right side then, but harder to see the actual finish straight. I think worse as well. Trying out here. We're trying out. Now we know. Sorry we missed some of the action there. Alright, let's watch Carl Jr. for a round. He's kind of gone unnoticed, and I think he is just finding some comfort in the middle of the field. He's not pushing too much, not risking too much, but he's just always getting through. As we have Alcon in last, the fan favorite. Is he gonna pull some tricks out of the hat now? It's a great time to do it. Someone touched, that was it. Grenadi touching in the outside. Uncharacteristic mistake by him. Typically very good on dirt, and dirt outside especially. And he's in a lot of trouble. This is a gap he cannot clear on his own unless there are someone else that makes a mistake. Snow has low speed. This is going to be the battle he has to hope for. Goes right side together with Snow. They both get it. Nighttech is there as well. Nighttech gets a good landing though. Brennan is struggling as well. I think Grenadi's made it. And Bren barely makes it as well. Oh my god, 2 big mistakes. Means that Bren is safe, Grenadi's safe. And Snow there, all in that last battle. Unfortunate for Birdie and Rossi though. But yeah, it is about 200 jumps, guys, that they have to do across these half pipes. Through if they intend to win the match. You have to clear that 200 times in a row. Each half pipe jump, so not easy. You fail once, you're out. Birdie back in the cage.
It could definitely happen. Oh, big crash pack! GG, that is elimination. That is elimination.
Important, not a no slide? He did it. Look at this. He was 23rd, and at the next checkpoint he's gonna be like 10th? 14th. Okay, past 10 people with that. But now he's all the way up into almost first. And the nosedive. I don't know if he likes that, because it is quite scary. Up at first. Pack and mime. Oh, but look. Pack could get saved here if someone messes up. It takes one missed jump by someone. They all have enough speed for now. He's struggling. But they all make it, I think. They all make it. Oh, that is a big knockout. Vitality and Novice players both out. And Mulla scrapes by. Pack and Mime in one round, both earlier than they would have hoped for. I'm not sure what happened for Pack. But yeah, he got 48th last time, 27th or so this time. Definitely not up to his standards. So many rounds to go in the Elite Cup. 8 more play days to score points. Top 26. There's only going to be a few more 2 knockout rounds before we go to 1 player knocked out per round. And then it is on paper easier to survive for the first couple, as you only need to rely on 1 player making a mistake before you can chill out. So close here though. Avon in a lot of trouble. On board with Serar. I think he goes right side, if I remember right. Sets up early to have the space to do it. Yep, there he goes. Bran up. This is not good for Bran. 1 missed jump there, missed approach. The others all make it by the looks of it. And Bran out now. Bran Avon. Also not something we expected to see, but yeah. 108.2 is the pace. So really sick rounds being played. Bran got 25th both times. That is pretty crazy. Who is the Snow guy? Snow's a very good player as well. He used to play in the Trackmania Grand League Challenger division, so the one below the top 16. And then he has also done really well in the French Serrator Cups, but another one of these players that typically doesn't compete unless there's a huge tournament. He doesn't play Cup of the Days and such, so you might not have seen him. Really good. Also saw someone ask who's the favorite. I have not at all been paying attention to the front pace, like who's been winning a lot of rounds. I do feel like I've seen Mudda up there again consistently though. Alcon as well. Mulla right now has been in the red a lot of times. Is one of these gonna send him out right now? Gets by as Charles made a mistake. And we go into the quarter pipe. Legu has 4th gear, but loses it here. And therefore loses a ton of speed. Mola passes him. This is for survival. Glust is behind Legu. And Glust is out. Charles going back to the chocolate factory. Epos as well, standing out as a favorite. Bro, half the lobby is French. It's a French map, and Trackmania esports is historically very French. A lot of players started playing because of French streamer Serrator, and Compete also because of that. So that's where a lot of these players are from. Like, well, their origin in the game, you could say. The game is French as well, but I think that's where you see the biggest inspiration for these guys. Here's take a look at Binks. We saw Mudda, he won last time. Binks got second. Grenadi was third. He's kind of flown under the radar so far. I do want to check out Alcon though in red. Another slow start for him. Carl Jr. down there as well.
No, why does it do that? Why?
Oh, Scrappy! That was a giga bonk, as they say. And he is gonna be out, I think. Still hasn't crossed the checkpoint. Crosses there, 4.5 seconds behind. And there is really no coming back from that. If it was single knockout, maybe. It's not trivial to survive all the jumps. But with 2 knockouts, it's a bit too much to hope for. And again, Mulla in that orange spot, the last one in. He's hanging on by a thread right now. Scrappy back to the junkyard. I'd advise you not to type that, because you might just end up banned in his stream. Unfortunate for Scrappy. We go into the top 20. Like, I'm not gonna do anything, but there's a history of getting expelled from the chat if you're not kind in his stream. Mudda with the no slide, not passing as many people as you'd think.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl.
Quite a lot of time lost there for Carl.
Oh, he's losing all the gears. Mola crashes. Oh, he needs a good end. He's battling with snow. Come on. You got this, man. You got this.
Only one of them can go through. Perhaps someone else will fail. Carl on the left side. Snow on the right. Snow, though, jumping too high on each jump. Hoping someone will clip. But nobody makes a mistake, and Carl gets by with 1 spot in the clear.
That's the first, like, quote-unquote big mistake from Carl. I mean, quite lucky that Mola crashed on the dirt.
Any idea why Cup of the Day averages 2,500 players, but Cup of the Week only gets 800? I think it's a bit demoralizing to know that you would be racing against the best in the world. If you're Division 1, you'd have to practice a lot. But not only that, people also want to watch the Cup. Like, if you're playing yourself, you cannot watch the 64 best players in the world competing. So that is the main reason, I think. More fun to watch the pros play here than competing yourself. At least that's what I think, but we'll see. Night Tech now in the red. If you don't get on the white of this outside line, it can be really tricky. Grenadi didn't have it now, and look at his speed. He's down in last because of that. And missing Oppa. Bumping too much on the inside and therefore losing the gear up the hill. Cost about half a second. Can he afford that? Can he make it back in the jumps? Night Tech on the left. Grenadi catching up a bit. But it's not enough yet. It's not enough. Elcon barely staying in ahead of Night Tech. 108.3 the elimination time. Grenadi, who got 3rd last week, 18th this time around.
Guys, I suck. I suck at this dirt. Scheiße, Mann. I don't know if it was noticeable, but I just couldn't drive the mid dirt. I just couldn't drive it. I had like 5, 6, 7 gear downs. I don't even know. It was so bad.
It was that missed outside and the bump thereafter. He could afford one of them, but not both. Top 16 now. 1 knockout per round from this point onward. Until we have the last player standing. and they're gonna be the winner. And after there's only 8 players left, guys, the points ramp up drastically. Right now, if you get eliminated, you would get 68 points. But if you make the top 8, it's 100. And from there on out, every position gains you like over 100 points. So this is when the real battle begins. You have to survive 26 rounds in a row to even have a chance to play for the big points. And now we are there. Appos with a bit of a miss, but gets back on the outside line. Crucial for him. Also gets good, no airtime there. Offie, I believe, was the one in last, but now it might be Serrar, yeah. And we go into the half pipe, quarter pipe jumps once more. Serrar on the right side, we know that. So far, we're seeing only 4 players left on the right side. Asian with a mistake. That might be him going out. I don't think anyone else failed. Heave. Heave clipped. Never mind. Thought Asian's high jump was gonna be detrimental, but Heave clipped. Heave out. I think Heave was top 10 last time. I can pull up the leaderboard, so I'm giving accurate information, guys. So I'm not just speculating. Sorry about this. Sorry. Alright, we're back. Yo. Bro, this is... My bad. There we go. Thank God. Alright, let's watch the round first. Round 27. 15 players left. Road taker. Appa. Touched on the outside. Not over yet. Otak. Sideways. The nosedive too powerful. More powerful than he expected to be. And Road taker gets saved here for no. I said get saved, but he has to jump so high. This is gonna be close. Otak is so fast. Is there any way he... No, he clips as well. Is there any way he survives what I was about to say? And he could have. But he clips again. And that you cannot survive. Very unfortunate. Alright, let's see. Now I have the leaderboard, guys. Now I have all the data ready. So top 14. Most of these players have been there before. Alcon, Carl, Binks. Some new faces too. Road taker didn't get this far last time. Mora might do the no slide again. I think he started adding it in every round. Little bit weaker this time again than he would have liked. But still enough to pass a lot of people. And it does extend for a long time. Into the dirt. They all get up on the outside. I think they all had it. Oh, this is such a close round. Josh getting a great nosedive. Doesn't clip. Serrar now last. Plus 38 for him. But everyone in 107 mid to high pace. Great speed for Serrar. Has 4th gear. More speed than Legu at the minimum. Anyone from the left side he could pass. Elcon is there. Elcon in trouble. Elcon with a great low jump, and he passes Asian, who I think... No, Offie. Offie clipped. The worst. Oh, man. Offie, unfortunately, out. Affidersen, as someone said last time. Offie was 15th last time, now 14th. And this is the round that Carl Jr. went out last time. He got unlucky number 13. Asian with a huge mistake, plus 0.9. Gonna watch the field from Legu's point of view. If they all do not make any mistakes, they will be fine. Oh, Nako's so close to the wall. Still fine. Nobody making a mistake here. Legu has lost a bit of time towards Asian though. The gap was closer for a moment. Now it's still 0.7 in his favor. And the jumps, it should be a formality for these guys, but it is still a bit hard. Only 3 players on the right side. 4 with Asian there. He's made a comeback. Asian passed Serrar, but there was 1 behind Serrar. 2. Appos clipped and Jan. clipped worse. I'm trying my best, guys, to catch the cars, but it's really hard to see properly. Like, sometimes they clip when they're out of frame and stuff, and I have no idea. Jan out in 13th. Great performance by him on keyboard. Fun to point out. Different input devices. Now, who to follow? Who to follow? Again, maybe Mara for the no slide over here to see. What if he got 2 in a row? That would be crazy. That would be completely crazy. This time it's a very good one. Good enough to make it worthwhile. And one of the only reasons he can do this consistently is the steering wheel. Mara made the decision to switch from controller to steering wheel in 2024. And now you could argue he has become even better on steering wheel than he ever was on controller. And he tweeted recently saying, you know, I think it was worth the move. He spent a couple of thousand hours now learning the steering wheel. But the precision it gives is so overpowered when you're used to it. Serrar here trying his best. Postito Paco has made a mistake. And this time we do not need to wonder who it's going to be. Paco is out in 12th, plus 0.84. He got 11th last time and 12th now, so still good. Pretty good for the overall nation's standings, but yeah, unfortunate for the Esports World Cup standings for him. Top 11. Let's look at Josh's point of view. He's had many close calls this match. Almost out in numerous rounds. And he didn't get this far last time, but now in the big leagues. Clean run through there. Nico plus half a second already. Just tiny things that have gone wrong. No crash necessarily, just the details. Alcon has missed the outside a bit. Still fine, but the speed is different. Does he make it across? Yes, he does. Oh, that's an unfortunate landing. I think he actually got somewhat of a landing bug. He lost the gear. Maybe he didn't have it to begin with. What can he do now? That's a good attempt, but he has to release to this line. And last jump. The fairy tale ends here for Alcon. They all made it across. Curious what happened on the landing, because these dirt blocks have different seams. And if you land close to that corner, the bump on the red there, that might have slowed him down enough to lose the gear. It's about as far as Alcon got last time too, if I remember correct. No, he got 20 rounds last time. Forget what I said. Got further this time, but there wasn't a risky strat for him to YOLO every round. Right now, the player I'm the most curious about, one of the players I'm the most curious about is Rotaker. Also, Carl and Epos, how far they will go. Mara and Binks, the favorites from last week, if you're just looking purely at results. And then some outside contenders like Serrar, Azion, Legu, and Nico. Josh as well could join that category. Nice jump by Legu. Barely holds on to 4th gear. It's so crucial for the speed. Azion 0.7 behind. Does he get the good quad pipe jump now? Starts out good. Looks like everyone on the left side made it. Now they rejoin. And Azion remains in last. Doesn't make the comeback happen. Still a very strong result. 10th place. Top 10, you score 92. So now the points are getting really good. 92 for 10th, 96 for 9th, and then it's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Every round from here on out is very important. The points you get almost double each round. So nobody wants to go out just before the points get juicy. This should be a very fast round, guys. At this point, there's not much to safe anymore. They're just full sending Mara very wide there. That is a decent no slide. Jumps wide to make sure the landing is not bumpy. And overtakes a bunch. It's top 2 UK right now. And the bottom 3 were all French at that split. What comes after the jumps here? Mudda wide, almost as wide as Alcon, but still keeps 4th gear. And what a round, guys. 0.2 between everybody. This is an insane round before we get to the quarter pipes. Road Taker in a little bit of trouble. Lowest speed into the jumps. Goes right side. Clips! And that might be GG. Carl made a mistake too. Josh clipped the last one. But Road Taker, one big speed loss there. Everybody else, though, on 107 pace now. Unfortunate. Very fun to see the Nations Forever players competing. But that is as far as he got. Top 8 now. 100 points on the line. And it's really fascinating to see just how consistent Mudda and Binks have been to 2 cups in a row get here. Nyko as well. Got 10th last time, now in the top 8. Other than that, it is all new names on the top 8. Nyko 0.2 behind, jumps typically quite wide into this. And then gets on the outside, Zerar. Can he make anything happen here? He's really at the mercy of the others, like we've seen with these mistakes. You clip, you really can only hope for someone else to crash worse. But they will now know the splits. There's Binks! Oh! Binks bonks. And gets eliminated in a round where he probably could have saved a bit. It's hard to know though if you play with the interface off, but still a good performance. Little bit worse than what he probably would have hoped for. Zerar has been in the yellow so much, he really has, and somehow scrapes by once again. Now guys, 200 points is secured at the minimum for all the players. But if you survive one more round, it's 300. It stacks up. At this point, I want to watch Carl Jr. for a bit. How is the GOAT feeling in this field? We haven't really seen much of him, for better or worse. He's never pushed for the top, but he's also never been that close to elimination. Only in the orange once that I can remember. Gets a good approach on the outside. Mudda very close there. Epos also very close on the outside. Across the middle dirt jump. They all make it. Again though, it's a French battle for survival. Legu passes Zerar, who once again finds himself at the bottom of the field. Josh too low, clips and is likely eliminated. I'm still seeing all other 6 players make it, and yeah, that is the cup for Josh. 7th place. 200 points though, and that is basically tied for the best UK performance. So he will for now be in contention for the top spot in the UK, but Epos is still in and is likely to take that away. Top 6. Who is it gonna be? Oh, that is not really good. Really, like, you can't really crash here and expect to come back, I don't think, because it's so early in the round as well. Like, if it's later on and people haven't noticed the splits, maybe it's harder, but here it's a long, easy part for the pros. They know the splits. And for Zerar, this might be it. It would take a lot. Legu's lost a gear. Hold on. Hold on. We're counting him out, but he says not until we reach the finish line. It's not over. Legu versus Zerar, both on the right side. We see the left side players have all made it. Zerar is pushing. He was down a second. He was behind Legu. And now He claims his spot in the top 5. Crazy stuff. He gained half a second towards Mutta after his mistake. He drove 107.2 pace. Like, that was not plot armor, guys. That was like Sir Duncan in A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. He was looking lost. But he said, not on my watch. He got up. Great show, by the way. Top 5. Cheering for Serrar now. The hero story continues. Carl Jr. and Appos. Bottom 2 on that split. And Mutta going wide for the no slide overtakes them again. And it is so volatile when it's only 1 health point in knockouts. We've seen knockouts with 3 hearts, with golden rounds. Here it's just 1 mistaken out. And right now it is actually still Carl in last. But he is so good at often surviving with the margins on his side. He finds the 100th when he needs an Epos. Gets a no slide straight into the wall. So Carl does not need to push here, but maybe isn't aware of the split yet. They do still all make it. And Epos out there. The problem is that gap that they're going through is a Neo slide typically. If you start steering and you don't steer for long enough before you add brake, the car will not start a drift. It will just brake and you get a sharper turn than you're expecting. You go straight into the wall. Top 4. Great performance for Epos. With 5th place, that is a whole lot of points. 400 points for Epos. But now it really gets insane, the points you can earn. Are we gonna have a Carl Jr. Mutta finals? Is Serrar gonna continue his hero run? Is Nyko gonna come out of nowhere, who's typically been one of the slowest starters on this map? We've seen him in the red a lot. Is he gonna have something to say about all of this? Right now, struggling to keep up a bit. Needs to find it in the outside dirt. Risks the corner. Risks the clip. Doesn't get it. And stays alive. Carl has missed the outside. And that's a lot of speed now that he does not have. Into the ending section. It's again Carl in last who has to find something. And he typically doesn't go on the right side of Carl. Is he going to do it now? Is he going to change up his line? Typically goes left side. And he is going to stay to left side again. We have Serrar on the right side. Makes it. And Carl is left trailing by a lot here. Carl Jr. is not going to win this Elite Cup. He goes out in 4th place. The 108.1. Crazy pace from the guys up front. It's Mutta versus the 2 French players, Serrar and Nyko.
Dude, Mutta is going for the back-to-back, dude. What the hell? I mean, I think he's gonna do it, guys. Guys, I think he's getting the back-to-back win. Like, I think he's getting it. I think he's actually getting it.
Nyko, Serrar, Mutta. Mutta guaranteed a whole lot of points in the overall standings. Ridiculous stuff by him. Serrar pushing that drift. Look at the line. Across the grass, barely balancing down the hill. Again, Nyko. Slow starter, but very good on the outside line in the middle. Mutta setting up his no slide here. Has been doing this the last 10-15 rounds. And again, it is going to pull him up into 1st place. But Nyko is there now, closer than he typically is. Good position for him. His strengths lie here. He misses a bit, and now it's Mutta. It's Mutta down in 3rd. Nobody really would have predicted him to go out this round, I think. And he is challenging Nyko up front. Great dirt nosedive. Serrar 0.4 behind. Oh, I was gonna say he could still make it, but he clipped in the entry to the quarter pipes. No speed to make anything happen. And we will have Mutta versus Nyko in the final. Is Mutta gonna get the double against the World Elite? Or is Nyko, whose best performance was 10th place last week, gonna beat the Thunder from Down Under? His consistency is incredible. Probably 150 heart rate again for Mutta. Another final for him. 1,000 points for 1st place, 700 for 2nd. Here we go. Mutta jumps more to the left on the start. Good speed slide. And it's really going to come down to how close can Naiko stay in the start, because if he doesn't fall behind, he will have a great shot at this. This is a great start for Naiko. Now into where Mutta goes for his no slide. How good is it going to be? Sets up early. Naiko tries as well. It's worth for Naiko. It's about 0.2 if I had to guess before the outside dirt. Naiko risks across the clip. Doesn't get any slowdown. Good for him. And he is now very close. Into the middle jumps. Does Mutta get a good nosedive? That looks solid. Pushes ahead out of the dirt. 0.2 gap for Mutta. Just needs to not mess up the quarter pipes. And he will win 2 in a row. Naiko, though, in striking distance. Here we go, the last 4 jumps. Good for both. Naiko on the right side, Mutta on the left. Naiko is ahead, Mutta comes back. Last jump will decide it. Mutta, lower air time than Naiko, and an inside line to win back-to-back Elite Cups, 2 in a row. What an incredible performance to do that. We're talking 78 rounds of flawless gameplay. Back-to-back weeks of 1,000 points, and I think we can expect to see Mutta in both the EWC and the ENC with these two. 153 heart rate. Incredible stuff. He could actually afford to sit out a few times now.
Only the identity is left. Here we go. Naiko goes for the right side. Naiko with the snipe. Oh my god. No way, Mutta got a low jump in the end. Wow. What a identity fight. GG, man. Back to back win for Mutta in the Cup of the Week.
Half of a second, it's going to take one mighty identity, one mighty half-pipe jump from Naiko to actually overtake the current standings. Later, we go on to the pipes, both going for the... going side by side. Who gets the fastest? Is Naiko in the lead by the seconds of margin? Is it going to be enough at the stripe? No! Mutta goes back-to-back wins in the Elite Cup for 2026. Naiko comes up 1/10 short.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Still no org, by the way, guys.
Yes. Oh, I wanted that one. I really wanted.
Sarah for third was crazy. Yeah, he fought so much. Like, Buckley, can you count how many times Sarah was close to elimination? After 2 cups are played, you guys should be able to see it. We have the current top 8 is here. So Epos, Gwen, Carl Jr., Zerar, Heroics, Grenadi, Naiko, Binks, and Mutta would be the EWC players. But you are seeing some standout players like Binks and Mutta seem to have understood how to play this format really well with those 2 performances top 10. Naiko as well, 10th and 8th, only marginally worse so far. Mutta more than double the points a second, yeah. The thousands are so valuable. It is very hard to imagine him not going into the top 8 with 2,000 points, even if he... Because only your best 5 results count. So like, for him to get dethroned, someone would have to average... They would have to average getting 400 points for 5th place to tie him. But if he just gets like some mediocre results, you're talking they have to average close to 4th place. So it's like if you get one of those big scores, you're gonna propel ahead. Like at this point, guys, even if you haven't played the first 2, you could immediately jump into 2nd place by winning 1, right? That's how strong the 1st place points are.